Crashing her back on the bed, an exhausted sigh left her mouth. Her mind was flooded with the memories of her boyfriend. Shutting her eyes close, a drop of tear rolled down on her cheek. Whimpering like a child while rolling over the bed, she jumped, stood on the bed, and exhaled the air out. God knows why her face was wrapped with that strawberry printed scarf and the black shades over it, making her look like a complete lunatic who was peeking at the gods from the far. Six-feet-tall men, dressed up all black, were already glued at the entrance. Hiding behind the bushes, she was trying to figure out the way to get in there without getting caught. Her blood ran cold in fear that now she'll be dead. But when that voice rang in her ear, closing her eyes, she smiled in serenity. That man left her arm in a blink as she turned to face him while sighing heavily. In an instant, he bent to bow her. He really said the biggest lie in his entire life. That scarf covering her whole face, moreover those strawberries on it, and to look more weird, her black glasses were just perfect. He cleared his throat once before giving her a small smile, though he wanted to tell everything, but he can't. He looked at the front and gulped, seeing the gods. He knew they'll not let her enter, though they all respect her, but their master's command is always first. They started walking towards the gate. The more they get close, more their heartbeat worsened. Finally, after reaching there, as expected, guards cautioned him. That guard whispered in his ear and gave a suspicious look to her. Opening the gate, they let her enter inside, as she secretly peeked at Draken with a mischievous smile. Taking a last look of her surrounding, she opened the door, making her slow steps inside. She removed that scarf and glasses, putting them behind the couch. She made her way towards the closet. Minutes back, she was all ready to punish him. But here she goes, smiling like an idiot. Eventually, her steps took her towards his clothes. She grabbed one of his shirt, and closing her eyes, she hid her face in it. Taking his scent in for a last time, she backed off with her red cheeks. Only his shirt is enough to make her blush hard. This does make sense. After washing her face, she dried it with the towel and looked at her wristwatch. Her gaze shifted towards the bucket where unwashed clothes were kept. It was his shirt in it. She slowly went towards the bucket when she found red stains plastered on his clothes. She lifted his shirt in her hands and her eyes ripped apart, seeing the whole shirt covered in blood. Without knowing whose blood is that, she already assumed the whole thing. He directly entered the bathroom while answering the phone call. At the side, once she was able to see him, her eyes eventually teared up, seeing his clothes drenched in blood. She was about to go out until only she knew that feeling when she heard him talking about her, making sure that she's fine even if he's not there. But when she heard him asking that thing, she low-key chuckled sadly. Without listening others' reply, he ended the call and stumbled back a little, but managed to sit up. Her eyes widened for once. He somehow removed his coat and started unbuttoning his shirt. She was stick to one place, seeing his back. His back was full of scars and new wounds were already there. Knife, gun, or any other weapon. There was nothing left. He was attacked by everything. Taking control over her tears, she opened the almirah, stepping out of it. He tried to look at the direction where the sound came from, but to his surprise, his arm was captured by a small hand, and next second, he was attacked by someone's lips on his. After kissing him for eternity, she finally backed off slowly, opening her eyes to meet his piercing warmth. She sniffed last time and looked at him with an angry pout. She sighed softly before taking her hands towards his cheek, caressing lovingly. Though he's hurt so much, but still getting worried seeing her tears, she gave him a pure smile and kissed his forehead. She was there preparing some antiseptic and other medicines, waiting for him to come back from the shower. But suddenly two veiny arms got wrapped around her waist. Water dripping from his wet hair directly on her neck. Her breathing became faster with every drop. But then his words made her worried. She slowly turned to face him, only to find him in a towel. Taking his hand, she made him sit on the bed and kept the first aid box aside. Before treating him, she again looked at him and cupped his cheeks. She sat on the bed behind him, looking at his back. A long sigh left her mouth. She slowly touched the old scars that made him kind of ticklish with the sensation. After some minutes, she came at front to apply antiseptic on his chest area. Out of the blue, she started touching his abs that gave his body all the vibrations at once. Her hand was going up to his puffed chest, and that's when he looked at her with a frown, losing his patience. He grabbed her arm, pulling her on bed, and made her lay down, hovering over her. Grabbing her hand, he again put her hand over his abs. When you said any